Hi, hopefully you decided to register to vote today. If so, you can find out more information about actually voting here in Texas and in Dallas County by visiting dallascountyvotes.org or votetexas.gov for more information. So, early voting. Early voting for Dallas County will be October the 13th, and it will run all the way till election, about near to election day, which is actually on November 3rd. So we highly encourage you to vote early. You can also vote not only during the week, but there are also hours during the weekend. So where can you vote? In the Mesquite area, there's 3 places that you can vote early. You can vote at the Lakeside Recreation Center, or the Florence Recreation Center, or at Eastville College. And if you're in Balch Springs, you can vote at the Balch Springs Civic Center. So what do you need to bring to vote? You need to bring a pictured ID. That's a Texas requirement, preferably a driver's license or another photo ID that's been issued by the Department of Public Safety, DPS, or your passport, or if you have a birth certificate with a picture on it, that will count as well. And if you don't have any of those items, you still can vote provisionally as well. So you can bring a utility statement or something that or even a pay stub from work that's current, but you will be voting provisionally. You still have to provide a pictured ID for your vote to actually count. So what to expect when you arrive at the polls? Well, COVID precautions are in place, so you'll be asked probably to sanitize your hands. You can always bring your own gloves if you want to use those as well, also your own pen or stylus. Since the voting machines are electronic, a regular writing pen will not suffice, so you'll need a stylus pen to vote if you choose not to actually touch the machines. So when you first walk in, you'll be greeted by a poll worker to make sure that you're sanitized. You'll go to your first station, which is where you will give your pictured ID, and from there, the poll worker will type into the machine and find out if you are actually eligible to vote. And then from there, your ballot will be printed. The next step is then to take your ballot and actually go to a voting machine. It is electronic as well, and you will use your hands to manipulate the screen. So you'll place your ballot into the machine, the directions will come on the screen, and you will follow it. Once you have actually cast all of your selections on the ballot, your ballot will be returned to you. The final step is you must place your ballot into the actual ballot box, and usually that's near the exit when you're on your way out. So make sure you do all of those steps. So to see if you're registered to vote, you can go to that website that I mentioned earlier, dallascountyvotes.org. You can also see a sample ballot. It's very important to know who you're voting for. So you can go and you can look at a sample ballot. You can see where you need to actually vote if you wait and vote actually on election day. And it is usually going to be by your precinct. So you probably won't be voting at a recreation center. You'll probably be voting at a school or maybe even some churches that have volunteered to hold elections. So you need to check to see if you vote on election day where that will actually be. You can go to dallascountyvotes.org. So that's just a quick overview of what it takes to vote. So hopefully you've registered and hopefully you will actually go out and cast a vote. Thanks.